Oh, hello, this is not a spring chick. Yes, if you're wondering why am I muzzling myself, well, that has to do with what the president intends to happen. With, oh, who is he going to muzzle because of the Arizona shooting? Well, you never know what excuses might come up. But you know, never let, what did they say? Never let a good tragedy go to waste. Well, for now, we're going to bring Oldecam on with comments on the headlines of today. Deadly blast rocks Moscow's busiest airport.
Yeah, well, it's the Muslims at it again. They know it's from Chechnya. Chechnya is a Muslim area. The Soviet Union. The Soviets are not like the Americans. They will only find parts of people.
What?
Yeah. Well, they're going in. They're going to take a sweep, and they're going to go kill everybody. That's what they do. They just don't believe. There's no due process. They know they're guilty, so they just eliminate them.
And Tea Partiers say defense and mix for budget cuts.
Well, the Republicans don't understand it. The Tea Party people want fiscal responsibility. They don't care about gay rights. They don't care about abortions. They want the spending to be brought under control because the country is busted. And unfortunately, the Republicans have no intention to stop spending. Their idea, this is, you know, Matt Obama, we're going to cut $60 billion from this budget to show you how much, well, Obama, I'll cut $61 billion to show him better Republican. Because it's paperclip money, folks.
And Tea Partiers say defense, court throws Emanuel off of Chicago ballot.
Because it says you have to live in the city for a year, not have a residence. You must live physically in the city for a year. Well, I have a residence. And they shouldn't, you know, so I rent it out, I still have a residence. Well, no, it says you must, the word is live in the city.
Well, he probably thought he could get away with it because he's from old-time Chicago.
Well, yeah, and they figured that the court system was going to agree with him. But the problem is, this is not Republicans doing this, folks. This is his Democratic opponents who basically said he does not physically live in the city. He didn't even move back to the city until about 6 weeks ago. When he filed his thing, he wasn't living in the city. And he's renting a place now because he can't get into his own place because, you know, he basically, he sold it is what it amounts to.
Well, and part of it is, it's very evident to everybody
that he's a phony election. But that's how things are done in Chicago, though.
For-profit schools file lawsuit over 3 costly new rules.
Well, yeah, because it's meant to punish them. It's meant to force for-profit schools out of business and force people into the schools, the public school system, where they can, you know, where unions rule. They're not going to win because the people are. This is good. People are pissed off at the union. So every time you're a state that you do something to favor the union, you just make the people more and more angry.
And polls all show all businesses to hire and buy equipment in record amounts, thanks to what Obama has done for the economy.
I know. I get depressed by reading stuff that you know that isn't true, such as that 56% of the people think that Obama is a conservative.
Yeah.
They said that 2/3 of the independents, which compose the majority of the voters in this country, think he's to the left of everybody. All the Republicans think he's to the left. And 19% of the Democrats know he's to the left. If you do it mathematically, you can't have even 50% say that he's a conservative. It's a mathematical. Under Obama math, it works. I mean, like, yeah, 66 here, and 80-some there, and 19 there. And when you divide them by 3, you cannot get to 50% no matter how hard you try.
House Leader Cantor believes Obama is a U.S. citizen.
Okay, we will, you know, B.S. the Bull would explain this. Nobody gives a rat's ass. John McCain wasn't born in the United States either. Since McCain wasn't born in the United States, the Constitution is very specific. It says must be born in the United States. They put an addendum on. Congress added something. You can't add something to a constitutional amendment. The amendment has to stand exactly as it is. But Congress put this in because there were people being born in countless other countries. But McCain became the first person that ever happened. He was born in Panama. He was not born in the United States. He couldn't run for office. So if the Republicans were running someone that didn't adhere to the Constitution, the court wasn't going to pay any attention to whether Obama was born here. Well, it's obvious he wasn't born in the United States.
You know where it would have made a difference is if Hillary had challenged it early on.
Hillary thought that it was going to cause a problem with the black voters.
But if she had challenged it early on,
it would have been over, because the fact is, they have done everything under the sun to keep Obama's birth certificates from being released. Now, well, the state law prohibits it. No, state law doesn't prohibit releasing of birth certificates. All Obama has to do is to go get it and show it. He refuses. And since he refuses, and all he has to do to prove he was born here was to go get a birth certificate, I could have a birth certificate manufactured this evening if I wanted to get a birth certificate. So it's not that difficult, folks. The aliens do it all the time, but our president can't get a birth certificate.
Maybe you should ask an illegal alien.
Yeah.
Federal Center hopes to spur drug research.
Well, yeah. Obama has so damaged the pharmaceutical companies in this country with his rules and regulations. They're no longer doing research for medicine because he punishes everybody for doing it. So now the feds are pulling up money. They want the House of Representatives, controlled Republicans, to set up a center with tens of billions of dollars to fund drug research that would benefit all the people in our country. Which means he's basically, when he's after Johnson & Johnson, folks, he throws everybody under the bus, and now he's forming his own pharmaceutical business which they'll never fund. So
Republicans press for Senate vote on health care.
Well, they said they're not. They said the Democrats are. I love this one. This is stupidity. We're going to force. If we do it, we're going to have a vote for the Republicans to sit there and vote on every single piece of this legislation, and a lot of it is quite popular, such as forcing parents to keep their children on their insurance policies until they're 26. Most parents hate that, folks, because they get rid of them. Covering health care for everybody, that can't afford it. Well, the government can't afford it, and people that have to pay for it don't like it. There's nothing, they said there is nothing popular in Obamacare, so when they say, okay, we vote against it, and the Democrats, we showed you that they wanted to kill children. Well, it had nothing to do with killing children. The people, there is no such thing as not getting medical treatment in the United States. Everybody is required by law to be treated in the emergency wards.
Women who raised stolen New York baby held in Connecticut.
How in the world can you, 25 years later, find out that you were kidnapped? I mean, I think that's sort of ridiculous.
25 years. I mean.
Yeah,
I understand the switching babies at birth and they mixed it up.
For 25 years, they helped conceal the fact that the baby was kidnapped, and all of a sudden, after 25 years, the kid finds out about it and blows the whistle on them. That doesn't happen.
Something doesn't seem quite right on that. Foreign officials shower Obamas with gifts.
Oh yeah, he sent back everything that was sent to Bush. But he is just piling on the gifts like you can't believe, and
what do you mean he sent it back?
Well, he sent back, the statue of Winston Churchill that was given.
What?
He sent back a lot of things that were given to Bush, but all these things, well, because I am America's most popular president and greatest president, I deserve all of this stuff that I'm getting.
Wait, part of it is I thought that they couldn't keep, like Bush, that.
No, that's for anybody other than Obama.
I thought unless it was over like $300, it was
if it's like more than
$100,
they can't keep it. Obama intends to keep everything, folks. He's America's greatest president. He'll tell you that tonight.
Oh yeah, State of the Union, right?
Yeah.
GOP lawmakers look for signs of new Obama approach.
Well, no, this is what I mean. You think they're the god-awful and most stupid people. The guy is basically. They said, here's what everyone knows in the press, on every side of the press, that if you were to take a drink every time he's going to mention spending money, you would be flattened on the ground drunk after the first 20 minutes. But he's calling it investments. And we have to, the right must be more civil. We must do this. We must control our speech. But they're expecting a new Obama. And they said, there is nothing this man has done that shows that he's even moved anywhere toward the center. He spent $1 trillion. Before January.
I guess the center has moved.
Yeah.
And a Monty Bubbleism from the Mark Twain of the Animal Kingdom.
Well, getting old, unfortunately, means that you finally realize that people are exactly as stupid as the politicians think they are.